Hi, I'm Russ. Thanks for coming to Indigitous, and just wanted to share with you a little example of a project I worked on at the Code for the Kingdom Hackathon this past weekend in Orlando. So the problem I was trying to experiment with was how do we use SMS in the developing world, SMS is texting, in the developing world to engage people with evangelism and discipleship. And I thought of a couple use cases, and so wanted to kind of test a couple out. So let me show you my work. So the first use case is in the example of a Jesus film in a rural setting in the developing world where people are seeing a movie or a film about the life of Jesus. It's probably the first film they've ever seen in their native language. A film team has come to their village and shown the film, and now people are being asked to respond to the film and if they want to follow Jesus. And so what I've developed is a prototype of how digital could be used to engage those people. Likely the majority of people, even though it's a rural developing world situation, have a feature phone in their pocket. So let me go ahead and show you how I did this. I'm using a platform called Text It In, just a freely available platform on the internet. And once you're signed in, I'll just go to Flows, and I'll show you the test I did for the Jesus film. So basically, Text It In just allows you, with a WYSIWYG editor, to create a little workflow. And so this is the workflow that I've set up, and I'll show you in the emulator here kind of what's happening. So the first thing, after someone texts the keyword film to 256-964-3742, it's going to send back a message that says, thanks for watching, do you want to follow Jesus? And I just wrote 6 options that the person might want to respond with. And again, this is fully translatable. You can do it in whatever language you want. But I'll just respond here that for the person that says they're following another faith, that was answer number 2, to which we respond back if we can ask which faith they're following. And now you'll see over here where the little blue dot with or a 1 lit up, that actually shows you where people are in real time going through your workflow. So if the person writes back that they're the faith they follow is Islam, then it just asks them another question. So again, we're just working through the workflow here and showing you right where they are. And then we ask for their name. If their name is Russ, they respond with that. And we just write back, Russ, we're all on a journey. If you want to learn more about following Jesus, come at 7 p.m. tomorrow to the big oak tree, or go to a link. If they have a smartphone, that link would evaluate. If they have a feature phone, maybe that's the link they could take to the internet cafe or something like that. So just a real basic example of kind of how that works. Let me just show you one other quick example here. So if they said they're already following Jesus, I configured this to say, that's great, do you want to help others who want to follow Jesus, who just came to the film, do you want to help follow them up? And if I say yes, then that's fantastic. Let's meet at the big oak tree tomorrow to discuss how we can do the follow-up. And then I ask for their name again, and that's added to the workflow. Now, one of the neat things you can do is you can configure actions, and there's a little CRM kind of running behind the scenes with Text It In that you can put people in groups. So this is really powerful because you can go over to the groups, and all the people that were curious are now listed here. And if I want to go ahead and send those people a message the next day in a really easy way, I can just actually message all of them. So I could say, in 1 hour, we are going to meet at the big oak tree to learn more about Jesus. And so right there you have a really simple way, and if I were to press send, that would immediately send a message to all those people. So really neat way to keep in contact with people even after they've viewed the film in the 24 to 48 hours afterwards. I'll show you another example that I built quickly here that leverages a couple different APIs that were being made available at the hackathon. And so this one is if you text the word grow to that same number, 256-964-3742. And what this one is going to do is in real time it's going to ask a couple different APIs for some information. And probably the neatest example is the one that I built with the Jesus Film API. I also did one with the Unfolding Word API to return a Bible verse, and the God Tools API, which returns parts of the booklet called Knowing God Personally. So let me just run through one quick example here for you. So first thing, this does ask the person their name. So if they texted in grow, we respond, hey, we're glad you want to grow. What's your name? What do you want to do? Do you want to learn about the Bible, a film about Jesus, or knowing God personally? And if I say a film, then it kind of gives a couple language options. And again, you'll see on the screen there, right where that blue dot with the white 1 is kind of the branch that they're in, where I'm asking them which language they want. And depending on what they choose, so if they choose Tamil, it's going to, in real time, go out to the Jesus Film API and return a link of the Jesus Film in Tamil. And if I grab that, put it in a new tab in my web browser, you'll actually see that this goes to the Jesus Film Media site and brings up the film in Tamil. One other neat thing about this platform is that in terms of the communication layer, you can use any of the major services that are out there. So I use Twilio for this particular application, but you can also set up Plivo, or really neat thing is that you can use Texted In with an Android phone that has a SIM card and a data plan in any country in the world. So if you can get a SIM card and you can get connected to the internet either through Wi-Fi or through a data plan, you can pop an Android phone into any place in the world and use it to actually send and receive the messages. So in really hard to reach places, as long as you've got a SIM card and data connection, the actual Android phone can work at sending and receiving the messages. So neat platform, Texted In, actually built by a company in Rwanda. So very cool. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, everybody.